everybody. This is Stan from Bar Z, and you're on another beautiful job site that we have. This was going to take us through the end of the year. It's quite a large job, and I was going to do weekly updates for you. I know you guys kind of like this stuff. It's more of the same for me, but we're going to go through and show you what's going on in the building. This is an industrial paint line, and we're just getting started. So we'll see if we can go around and get some of the guys to photobomb us and introduce you to some of the crew and show you what we're doing and what we're getting set up. Okay, I'm going to show you an overview of the system. This is by GAT, which is General Automatic Transfer. And here's a system overview. Might be kind of hard to read and hard to look at, but these lines here are conveyor lines. This is the direction of travel here. This is a washer. This is a dry off oven. Here the conveyor hooks a 90 degree or a 180 degree turn. This is a powder coat operation, and then this is a curing oven. And then the conveyor goes off into other spaces, derails, changes tracks, whatever. So it's going to come from, this is a sandblast area here, and this is fab. This is a fab area. The conveyor just keeps going throughout the building. So we're only responsible for this part back here. We are not doing the conveyor. All we're responsible for is washer, oven, powder booth. All right, and I made that sound super simple, but it's really not that simple. Let's go have a look. Let's go have an overview of the progress. This is only day 3 for us. We're going to be here a while, so let's put this away, and we will go take a look at the rest of the job. Okay, the conveyor guys haven't been here long. That's the amount of conveyor they got done there. And there you can actually see a cross section, if that light doesn't blow you out. You can see a cross section of the conveyor. Overhead I-beam and 2 opposing channels. The opposing channels bear the load, and the I-beam above carries the drive chain. Alright. But that's what, and most of it's getting hung from the building. So that's what they got done so far as conveyor track. And this is what they got done so far as there's some sections where they need conveyor support. This right here is the powder coating area. The powder coating booth actually sits over a pit in the floor. So there's an 8-inch depression in the floor. That the powder booth actually sits down in this 8-inch depression. This was because of headroom. We had headroom issues in the building, and we needed the space. And in case that wasn't enough headroom, we got that pit there to contend with. So good times. And getting anything put in above this pit's a pain in the butt. But they've got some of their iron hung, and that conveyor is going to come through here before my booth goes in. Over here we're doing a dry off oven. These are some columns that Bar Z's built. We build these on the ground and then we just stand them up. So we got the first 3 standing. That green line on the floor is the center line of the conveyor. So we establish center line of the conveyor first and foremost. So that green line, you can see we lay down a string, and then we spray paint a neon green line over it. So the string line is very prominent, and it can't be, not like a chalk line, they disappear. So you can see there I got a reflective target on center. That's a small reflective target, and you can probably see the green laser. There's a green laser right at the top of that thing. And then over here we've got I got my Bosch laser. It's a laser square, and you can see there it's on center. See the green laser there? And then what that does is that'll project square out to that column. See that green dot over there? And that'll project square over to that column if you see that green dot over there. So we've got our X and Y, and we know our columns are square to the conveyor center line. So that's how we do it when we're setting columns. After they're welded together, we put in a pressure block to make sure that the legs stay spread properly and the right distance apart. Then all we have to do is get it center by center. We already know we're square. We can pin it down to the floor and move on. So we've got there's about 10 in this oven that get put together. Oh, by the way, anyone from United Rentals, if you're watching, I need a channel sponsor. My rental costs are out of control. Here's a couple more that we already put together. These just get put together on the ground. But that is a I think it's a 4x8 rectangular tube, 1/4 inch thick. Floor plates offset welded on them. Those come already welded. And then we have to weld on the I-beams come loose, and we have to weld these gussets in and weld all that together. And then these big flat side plates out here, those are where the skins of the oven go on, and they got pre-punched holes right here where we screw the sheet metal right to the outside of the outside of the columns. So that's what you're looking at there. And I'll bring you back. We'll do weekly updates, and you'll see how we're progressing on this thing. We've got like I said, we got 3 of the steel, we call those horseshoes. Well, there's horseshoes and hockey sticks. So we got 3 horseshoes hanging, and like I said, I think this oven gets 10 horseshoes. So, but hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have all those standing, and be ready to start putting floor channel down and start standing up sheet metal. Let me take you over to the material pile, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes off the truck. Oh, by the way, this is a boiler for the washer. This is just literally a giant hot water heater. And she's big. I don't know what the BTU on it is, but it's pretty large, you know. It weighs about 5,000 pounds. I actually unloaded this off a truck yesterday. Thankfully, it has picking eyes. I was just able to grab a hold of it with some slings. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. You can probably see it. There's the actual burner under there. Main manifold. I just kind of stuck my camera underneath the boiler. So she's a monster. That'll heat your water. All right, let's go look at the rest of the material. That's Cameron. He's from Kentucky. Say hello. He's the one doing the conveyor. How's things, Cameron? Doing good? Been better? Looks like you're having a bad day. All right, I'll leave you alone. All right, this is all my material. This is 3 truckloads. You know, these are, I think these are like a 10 gauge. And they might be a 14 gauge. These are all the floor channels. We'll show you how those go in later. After all the horseshoes go in, these go in next. That's all flashing and coping, inside angles, outside angles, stuff like that. These are all oven panels for both ovens. They're dry off oven and the cure oven, both. They're identical. One's just a little longer than the other. They label them nicely for us. And you can see the end grain of all the panels, those slotted holes, so they don't wick. There's no thermal conductivity between the inside and the outside of the oven. And there's all our structural steel. These are all the horseshoes we got to put together. And this is just the way they come right off the truck. And those are the horizontals, those are the I-beams. They're just raw I-beams cut. Their cuts are very accurate, very square, pretty nice. But that's all the sheet metal we got to put in there. Oh my God, it never ends. It's all right. And these are all the conveyor pieces. This is an expansion joint here. This is pretty interesting. This goes inside the oven, so the conveyor track is going to be within the oven. and the conveyor track gets quite hot inside the oven. And to control expansion, they put in these expansion joints so the track can expand and contract without buckling the I-beam or buckling the track. So that's what an expansion joint looks like. You can see the slip areas in there. There's a channel in here where it slips back and forth, where it actually allows some movement. So that's what an expansion joint looks like for these big conveyors. All the black conveyors go within the oven because it would burn the paint off anyways, and all the exposed are kind of a forward blue, I guess. That's all conveyor track. This is a powder coating booth by GEMA. This is a GEMA Magic booth, which means it's a PVC booth. This came all the way from Switzerland. And all this tan iron is more conveyor supports. All right guys, well that's your update here at my job site. I hope you enjoyed. We'll do a weekly update for you. I really don't have any shop content because I'm busy with this. So if you guys want to see my progress week to week, I'm going to try to get a video out and edit it during the week at my limited time off, and get it posted by Saturday morning, so you can wake up, have your coffee, have something to watch. I know I skipped a week and I apologize, but we're going to try to get you caught up here on a job site. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next week.